What's up, Vapors? It's Aero Vapor, and it's a nice, bright, sunny day out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I thought today is a good day as any to do a shop review, right? What are we going to be looking at today? We're going to be reviewing Aero Vapors, located off San Mateo. Well, let's go inside and see what we got to offer. You have all your Aero Vape signs, all the lines they carry. So you step in. The owner here, Mr. Michael. Aero Vapors carries many different lines of juice, from B-Liquids, Electric Ember, Cosmic Fog, Allison Vapeland. Many of my reviews where I do the juices that aren't too local to big brands, I get them from here. They also have Grim Green's line of Epic Clouds. They have various menus, including a very extensive flavor menu which has more flavors than you can imagine. Quick look at everything they carry. It's also a very prominent airplane theme, which is very nice and refreshing in my opinion. I do enjoy the airplane theme, it's just not something you see all the time. Over here you have your drip tips, flasks, t-shirts, various little accessories over here, some smaller RDAs, including a consignment shop. Is this a consignment shelf? This is a consignment shelf. I did not know that. So the consignment shelf, you bring your things in and they'll sell it for you. Quick little drink bar. And you have more accessories over here, non-consignment stuff, vision spinners, Nautiluses, chargers, the sub tank, more signage up there, signage there, and there.
I'm sorry to hear all that. I hope everything works out. Yeah. Yeah, I went through that with my dad for about a year.
Drill press for drilling out holes, drilling out old mods, whatever you want to use it for. More airplane material there and there, along with the Black Baron poster, which looks absolutely ridiculous. I like it. Another fun little thing about this shop is that the bar is fashioned to look like an airplane wing, keeping with the airplane theme. Also makes it look very unique, very nice, and it's sturdy, alright. So it's a sturdy bar.
Sparky, sit. Hey.
Shop dog.
Sit. Stay.
Well behaved and trained. Another cool thing about this shop is they have a patio. We're going to take a quick step out there. Okay, chairs. There's usually a table here. Am I correct on that one? I do believe so. Usually a table here. It's moved inside for the time being, but you got a nice little patio spot out here, which is great in the summertime. Another cool thing is the fans are shaped like both atomizers and airplane engines at the same time. And I like the lighting as well. I don't know why, but I like those lights. They look very nice. And you've got a massive TV which flips through pictures. You can connect it and watch Rip Chip or Grim Green, Vaping with Twisted 420, whatever your preferred viewer is. We play music on there. There's actually music playing now. I don't know if it's coming through or not. I think it is. PS3 way back in the back there. And that, my vaping friends, was my walk around Aero Vapors. Fantastic shop. We're going to go more into them here. We're going to go over pros, cons, likes, dislikes. Does it smell like cheese? No, it doesn't. But we will go over other important details of the shop here. Pro number 1, their juice selection. Aero Vapors has a wide variety of juice to choose from. Liquid, Allison Vapeland, Black Diamond, Torque, B Liquids, Texas Select, Electric Embers, Cosmic Fog. I can keep going. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of them. They have a long list of flavors you can pick from different companies that conform to different flavor profiles and allow for different options in terms of what you're looking for in your juice. Another great thing I do enjoy about that as well is that there's a lot of people out there who are biased towards, I don't want to say biased, I want to say they prefer some of the lower end juices or higher end juices. They think that the higher end juices are overpriced, not worth it. There are others out there who tend to think that the lower end juices don't hold up to quality standards. Well, if memory serves correctly, Aero Vapors does carry a line for $3 a bottle for a 15 ml, I do believe. And they also carry lines. I remember I once dropped $20 on a bottle there for a 30 ml. So they're going to have many different brands that have a lot of different flavors that conform to different flavor profiles. So when you go in, you're bound to find something that you like. Personally, I found one of my favorite brands there. If you haven't tried Niquid, they carry Niquid, and Niquid rocked my socks off. Niquid's just out of this world. That's a different review on a different day. Pro number 2, shop cleanliness. As I'm sure my walkthrough showed, the shop really does make an effort at staying clean. That's my phone, I do apologize. The shop makes an effort at staying clean, and it does a good job at that. I've never seen the shop dirty. Never. And I go to Aero Vapors at least once a week. And I have never seen that shop dirty or in bad shape. They keep a good job at maintaining a nice upper scale shop that tries to be, I wouldn't necessarily classify it as super high end, like a luxury deal, but they try to keep it looking very nice and refreshing, and that's a big positive. That makes that makes the buying experience much more enjoyable. Pro number 3, shop theme. Shops can decide to go with a theme or not when they open. Now that's up to them. Some shops do decide to take that route and some don't. Aero Vapors did decide to take that route, and obviously their theme is airplanes. The owner, Michael, was involved in airplanes for a good amount of his life. I think he said his father was a pilot, but don't quote me on that one. This is a conversation we had a long time ago. So he maintains an airplane theme, which is another thing I do enjoy. It's just another thing to make the shop look nicer. It adds a bit of character, which is nice to see. Another thing I like, I'm going to call this pro number 4, and this might just be me, but they have a shop dog. I want to say his name is Sparky. I could be wrong. I think I might have said it in the earlier video. I'm not too sure. It's been a couple days since I shot that walkthrough. But Sparky, I like seeing animals in shops. Again, it brings character, liveliness. Another thing to kind of spruce it up. Just something interesting. What I do want to quickly note, though, is some people have concerns of having pets in shops being vicious and violent and what have you. No. If having a shop dog concerns you, you need to meet Sparky. Sparky has never once bitten me or growled at me or been aggressive. Sparky's been fantastic every time I've been in. And this dog adds more character to the shop. It's a nice little thing to see. It makes it seem a little bit more livelier. It just, to me, having a shop dog is just positive. As long as they're well behaved, and Sparky's well behaved. My pro number 5 for this shop is going to be the open sample bar. They have almost all their juices. They have a sample bottle for them, to where you can just go and drip your juice in and test it out right there. Now, a lot of shops do have that. That's a feature in many shops where you can test the flavors before you buy them. So a lot of you are probably thinking, that's nothing new. What's the big deal about that? Well, one, that's going to be a positive in any shop you encounter. An open sample bar is a positive. 2, their sample bar is very large. In the video that I shot, I caught a glimpse of the sample bar, and that was just what they had on display for that day. If you ask for a sample of another kind of juice, often they do have test bottles in the back, actually on that shelf that are on the not the shelf, on the, words escape me at the moment. I'm gonna call it a cabinet. On the cabinet that's behind the desk that I caught a shot of. A lot of those bottles are sample bottles. Most of those are just sample bottles. So you can sample just about anything there. And why that I feel like that's more important than most other shops is that with here, You're testing out juice that is brought in from around the country, juice that a lot of people have no knowledge about. When you go to when you have a home shop, any given shop, you're familiar with generally the kind of flavors they put out. You're familiar with the people there. You know it's going to be high quality, low quality. With Aero Vapors, it's going to be a little bit tricky because they have a bunch of different lines, so you have no idea what to expect from each line, because each line has different flavor profiles, different ways of mixing. It's just going to come out different. So to test that out before you buy it, to me, is another great positive. Plus, if you're going for those high-end juices like I tend to do, you're going to want to try them out before you drop $15 to $20 on a bottle. Pro number 6, the procedure for bringing in new flavors. Aero Vapors is very conscious about creating a localized market that appeals to his customers. And in that, what he does when he's interested in carrying a new line of juice, rather than just call the company, say they want to carry their juice and start carrying it, he'll have some samples first, or a company will send him samples, and he'll place them on the tester bar. And he'll ask customers to try them. And he'll get customer feedback. Regardless of whether he likes it or not, he wants to know what the customers think before he carries it. That's a smart business move. I do applaud him on that. He doesn't bring just any juice. He wants to get customer feedback, so he carries juice that he knows will sell, and he knows that customers will enjoy. So, big one up there. Pro number 7, the consignment shelf. Now I'm beginning to see this turn into a trend as more and more shops are starting to carry consignment shelves. But he was one of the original 2. Honestly, I only know of 2 shops that carry consignment shelves, but I see this beginning to grow. As I hear more and more talk being thrown out about more and more consignment shelves. And he was one of the first 2 to do it, obviously. And it's basically, I'll explain a consignment shelf real quick. If you have old RDAs or mods or any old ESIC hardware that is still in good usable condition that you would like to bring in, he will help you sell it for a percentage of the selling cost. Nice little thing to have, especially for those of us who like to go through mods quickly or like to rotate out mods pretty quick. Someone like me, I've had this thing for about 6-7 months and I don't see myself getting rid of it. So I don't like to go through mods that fast, so that's not really a huge deal to me. But for those of us who do like having multiple mods at once, or just going through mods to test out what's new, what's not, what's hot, what's cold, whatever have you, that's a big plus. Pro number 8, sales. Mike will hold sales from time to time, so actually pretty often, honestly, to move flavors that aren't necessarily moving, or to rotate out stock to bring in newer, fresher things, whatever have you. These sales are often pretty deeply discounted. For example, I got 2 30 milliliters of liquid. I have them out of the bottle upstairs. 2 30 milliliters of liquid for $12 plus tax. I can't beat that price at all. Liquid's one of my favorite brands. To me, it's borderline liquid gold. I love liquid. And to get 2 bottles, 2 30 milliliter bottles for $12, take it and run. So it's good to stop in frequently to check what new sales are running, stock up on juice, and not break the bank. That's another big, big positive, something that I really enjoy. And the final pro number 9, knowledge. They know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. They know the industry. They know what they're getting into. I remember when the shop opened, much like with Breaking Vapor, I had a conversation with Michael about the saturation of e-cig shops in Albuquerque. And he's more than aware of that. He felt confident opening up a shop in his location with what he had to offer, and it's proven to be great so far. They know what they're talking about. They know all about juice and mods and everything of that nature. I've had many discussions with him over various things from formaldehyde to diacetyl, propylene glycol, nicotine, whatever have you. And it's very refreshing to see that. There are a lot of shops that are very knowledgeable, but on the same hand, there are also a lot of places that aren't very knowledgeable, places that don't understand what each component is or whatever that is. And it's important to know the ins and outs of both the industry and the products that you're selling, so you know what you're getting into and you know how to sell them and how to operate them. And it's surprising to see how many shops don't know how to do that, but he has that down. However, no shop is perfect. I don't care what you say. Every shop can have some kind of con. Aero Vapors is not free of cons, and there are 2 cons I found about Aero Vapors. Con number 1, there is no house-made juice. All the juice they carry is imported. from different companies. The short and sweet answer to that one is Michael does not feel like it is in his best car to begin learning how to mix right now. Fair enough. I give him credit for understanding what he's capable of doing, what he's incapable of doing, and he doesn't feel like it's the best move to start mixing his own juice. Great. One up to him. He acknowledges that. It's a con and a pro at the same time in my book, because on one hand you don't have that custom made juice, on the other hand he admits that he doesn't feel like he's ready to take that step yet. So it's good and bad, kind of. Con number 2. Aero Vapors has admitted this as well. They are box mod biased. Now, that doesn't mean that if you come in with a mech mod they start trashing you, not by any means. I mean, I don't have a box mod. So, all that means is that they prefer box mods, and they hold box mods higher. Preference, right? Well, they don't really sell mech mods. They like to focus more on box mods entirely, which is their prerogative, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, for those of us like me who do prefer your simpler mech mods, that I feel cuts out a portion of your market that you can't really ignore. I mean, there are a lot of people out there who do enjoy their mech mods because of the simplicity. I'm one of them. So that's one con. They do tend to be box mod biased. Overall, do I like Aero Vapors? Yes, I like Aero Vapors. Would I recommend them? Yes, I would recommend them. I think they're a great shop overall. The juice options that you have, the quality of juice that you get or don't get, depending on which line you decide to go with. Personally, I don't like some of their lines. I feel like some of their lines are very low quality, but other people do enjoy them. So there's something there for everybody, and that's one of the great things about them. On the other hand, I tend to prefer higher end lines. Some people may think higher end lines are overpriced and go to lower end lines because they don't see much of a difference in taste, but they save money. Great. They have something there for everybody. Combine that with the shop cleanliness, the character of the shop. Things like no house mixed juice and a little bit of box mod bias are easily overlooked to me. I think it's a fantastic shop. I recommend going there. Aero Vapors, you're doing it right. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching this terribly lengthy video of Terrible Vapor. Links to Aero Vapors, my Facebook, everything else you need to know is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and stay smoky.